Encryption ciphers are categorized as either symmetric or asymmetric algorithms, and this is based on the type of key that they utilize to secure the data. When you're using a symmetric key encryption, you're going to have a single key that's used to encrypt and decrypt the data. With asymmetric encryption, you're going to use two different keys. One key is used to encrypt the data, and a second key is used to decrypt it. Now, symmetric key algorithms are often called private key encryption, and this is due to the fact that both the sender and the receiver need to know the same shared secret, this same privately held key. Now, in symmetric key, this is a fairly easy concept to understand. I mean, after all, when you go home tonight and you unlock your house, you're using symmetric key encryption. You're basically using the exact same key as your spouse or your roommate will to open and shut the door. Now, if you wanted me to be able to get into your house, you would give me an exact same copy of the key that you have. And so we're all going to have the exact same private key, the key to your house, so that we can get in or out as needed. This is our shared secret key. Now, due to this shared secret key, we can make sure that there is confidentiality of the items inside your house. Only the people who have this key are going to be able to open the door and get inside. But you can't assure non-repudiation. And what that means is that if somebody is able to go in your house, like your spouse or your roommate or even me, and we go inside and we take your laptop when you're not there, when you get home, you're going to know the laptop is gone. But you don't know who did it. It could be anyone who had a copy of that shared secret key. Your spouse, your roommate, me, or even you. Now, after all, a lot of people have a copy of that house key, and so any of us could have gone in and taken your laptop. Beyond the challenge of proving who used the key, there's another challenge with symmetric algorithms, and that's the distribution of that shared secret key. So if you want to encrypt emails and send them to your 5 closest friends, each of you would have to have a set of shared secret keys set up for each of you. So there'd be 5 different pairs of keys, one for you and one for each of your 5 friends. Now, if every one of those friends also wanted to be able to share it with each other, we're going to have a lot more keys. In fact, we're going to have 15 different sets of keys required. This means that every 2 people has their own individual set of keys. Now, for the same reasons that a peer-to-peer connection between everybody becomes untenable as you start getting large numbers, we start having the same problem with symmetric keys, because as you get larger numbers and more users that need to share a secret, you need to be able to distribute all of these shared secret keys. If you remember back to our wireless encryption lesson, we talked about your Wi-Fi password was a shared secret key. And if you decided to invite 50 friends over and you gave them all your shared secret, now there's no confidentiality because so many people know your shared secret key. That's the big problem when you start dealing with a symmetric key. Now, we're going to spend some time in a separate lesson covering all of the different symmetric key algorithms specifically that you're going to need to know for the Security Plus exam. This includes things like DES, Triple DES, IDEA, AES, Blowfish, Twofish, and the Rivest ciphers, RC4, RC5, and RC6. The second category that we have for encryption ciphers is known as asymmetric algorithms. Unlike symmetric algorithms, asymmetric algorithms do not require a shared secret key. For this reason, they're often referred to as public key cryptography, which we're going to discuss in its own lesson. Now, with asymmetric algorithms, 2 separate keys are used. One is used to encrypt the data, and another one is used to decrypt the data. The most commonly used types of asymmetric algorithms are the Diffie-Hellman algorithm, RSA, and ECC. Again, I'm going to save the details of each of those for a separate lesson. Now, when we compare symmetric and asymmetric algorithms, you might be wondering which one is better. Well, that's really a hard question to answer because they both are used for different purposes and have different benefits. For example, symmetric algorithms are very popular because they tend to be about 100 to 1,000 times faster than an asymmetric algorithm. But asymmetric algorithms allow us to overcome the key distribution challenge that we face with symmetric algorithms. Often though, like most things, implementations are going to use a hybrid approach that combines both of these to get you the best benefits. To overcome the key distribution problem, for example, most implementations are going to use an asymmetric or public key encryption to encrypt and share a secret key or private key, and then use symmetric encryption to secure the bulk of the data transfer because both the sender and receiver now have this shared secret, and they're able to pass the information back and forth appropriately and do it much faster than an asymmetric encryption algorithm could do alone. Now, in addition to classifying algorithms as symmetric or asymmetric based on their key type, we also categorize an algorithm as a stream or a block cipher based on the mathematical algorithm that they're using to do their encryption and decryption. Stream ciphers perform their computations and encryption a single byte at a time, making it a bit-by-bit process. They utilize a key stream generator to create a bit stream that is mixed with the input plaintext using a mathematical exclusive OR function, and this creates the encrypted ciphertext. Because these stream ciphers can perform bit-by-bit encryption, they are well suited for securing real-time communication data streams like streaming audio or streaming video. Now, stream ciphers also tend to be symmetric algorithms, and they use the same key for encryption and decryption. A block cipher, on the other hand, is able to break the input into fixed-length blocks of data before performing the encryption. For example, if you had a message that was 1 kilobit in size, we could break it into 16 blocks of 64 bits each. Then, each of those 16 blocks would be processed by the cipher and output the other side the block of ciphertext that we're expecting. If your message was less than 64 bits in size, extra padding would be added to that data prior to it going through the encryption, and this would give us the expected result from the cipher. Block ciphers have several advantages over a stream cipher, such as easier implementation to perform, and they're also less susceptible to security problems. Block ciphers are also easily implemented through software solutions, where stream ciphers tend to be used in hardware solutions. In fact, most of the algorithms that we're going to talk about in this course are block ciphers, things like DES, triple DES, AES, and IDEA.